What makes a person walk into a room and leave with everything they want? Is it skills, confidence, or something deeper? The art of negotiation. And no one embodies the art of negotiation better than Oprah Winfrey. She didn't just become one of the most influential women in the world. She negotiated her way there. From owning the rights to her show to building a billion-dollar empire, Oprah's mindset and strategies are a masterclass in how to win every negotiation. Today we'll break down how you can use her strategies to win every negotiation. Let me first take you back to the early days of the Oprah Winfrey Show. The show was a hit. Ratings were through the roof. But behind the scenes, Oprah discovered something disturbing. Her team and all-women production crew wasn't being paid fairly. This is one moment. She remembers another moment.
It was 1980. I was getting paid $22,000, and the guy who I was co-anchoring with was getting paid $50,000. So I went into my boss, and I said, he's getting paid a lot more money than I'm getting paid.
Years before her show went national, when she herself faced pay discrimination, she was earning less. Most people in her position might have felt powerless. After all, she was up against a major network. But not Oprah. One day, she walked into her boss's office and said, "If you don't pay my team what they deserve, I'm leaving." It was a bold move. The room went silent. And after a tense pause, the network gave in. Here's what Oprah knew. She wasn't just a host. She was the reason for the show's success. She knew her worth, and she wasn't afraid to demand it. Here she knows what she brings to the table. The same principle applies to you. Before any negotiation, take the time to reflect on what you bring to the table. Write it down. Maybe it's the revenue you've generated, the systems you've streamlined, or the unique skills you contribute. Be specific. Numbers and facts speak louder than vague claims. When you walk into that room, remind yourself, you're not there to beg or plead. You're there to present the evidence of your worth. Speak clearly, keep your tone steady, and make it clear why what you're asking for is not just fair, it's mutually beneficial. Second tool in negotiation is leading with confidence. And here's the thing. Confidence isn't just about what you know. It's about how you carry yourself even in the moments when you don't have all the answers. Confidence is the most powerful tool in any negotiation, remember. But confidence isn't about knowing everything. It's about trusting yourself. Early in her career, Oprah faced rejection after rejection. One executive even told her, "You don't have the right look for television." Most people would have walked away. Imagine being told that your appearance, something you can't change, is the reason you don't belong. For most, it would have been devastating. But not for Oprah. She leaned into what made her different. She brought her authentic self to every opportunity, and eventually those same executives couldn't deny her talent. In negotiation, confidence isn't just about words. It's about presence. Oprah's unwavering eye contact, steady voice, and calm demeanor command respect. She shows up knowing she belongs in the room, and that's what makes others believe it too. The lesson here is clear. Even if you feel nervous, act confident. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and speak as though you've already won. People respond to certainty. If you believe in yourself, they'll believe in you too. Oprah is at the top of her game. And that's because she perfectly knows how to turn challenges into opportunities. Let me tell you about one of the boldest moves Oprah ever made. She was renegotiating her contract with Harpo Productions, and she wasn't asking for something small. She wanted ownership of her show. The idea of a host owning their own show wasn't something networks just agreed to. It wasn't part of the standard deal. But Oprah wasn't afraid to ask for it. She sat across from the executives and told them, "This isn't just about money. This is about creative freedom. It's about building a legacy." There was hesitation. They weren't sure if they could meet her demands. But Oprah didn't waver. She knew her worth and understood the value she brought, not just to the show but to the network. The result? She walked away with full ownership. And that ownership became the foundation of her billion-dollar empire. Now think about the challenges you faced. Maybe someone has told you that you don't have enough experience for a role you want, or you feel like a gap in your resume is holding you back. It's easy to let those doubts take over, but they don't have to. Let's say you're in an interview and they mention your lack of experience. Instead of apologizing, you can say, "Yes, I may not have years in this role, but I bring fresh ideas and a drive to learn that will make an immediate impact." That's not just a response, it's a reframe. Or imagine transitioning to a new career and someone questions if you're ready. Instead of shrinking back, explain how your unique background gives you an edge. My experience in another industry allows me to approach challenges from a completely different perspective. This is exactly what Oprah did. She didn't let hesitation stop her. She didn't see obstacles as reasons to give up. She saw them as opportunities to prove her vision mattered. The next time you face resistance or doubt, ask yourself this: how can I turn this into an opportunity? Challenges aren't the end of the story. They are the turning point. And when you own that mindset, just like Oprah, you'll find the world starts to see you differently too. Now, have you ever noticed how uncomfortable silence makes people? It's almost instinctive. We rush to fill it, to explain, to justify. But here's the thing. Silence isn't just empty space in a conversation. It's power. And this is our next important tool, that is the power of silence. Think about when you're negotiating. The moment after you make your ask is one of the most critical points. If you immediately rush to explain yourself, you're giving away your power. But if you pause, if you let the silence linger, you shift the dynamic. The other person starts to feel the weight of the moment, and that's when the real negotiation begins. Oprah mastered this in interviews and boardrooms alike. She would ask a question, then pause. The silence would make the other person uncomfortable, prompting them to fill the gap, and often reveal more than they intended. Silence forces the other side to respond, to process what you've said, and sometimes to reveal more than they intended. It creates tension, but that's not a bad thing. Tension can lead to clarity. Imagine you're asking for a raise. You confidently state your number and then stop. You don't justify it, you don't backtrack. You just let the silence hang in the air. That pause is when the person across the table starts thinking, do I agree? What can I counter with? You've just given yourself the upper hand. Silence isn't about being passive. It's about being deliberate. It shows that you're confident enough to let your words stand on their own. So the next time you're in a negotiation, don't be afraid of silence. Use it. Let it work for you. Because sometimes the loudest thing you can say is nothing at all. Here's something most people overlook: building relationships with people that support your goals. Negotiation isn't just about what you say in the room. It's about the relationships you build long before you sit at the table. People are more likely to say yes to someone they trust, someone they feel connected to. Oprah Winfrey understood this better than anyone. She didn't achieve her success by going it alone. She built a team that believed in her vision and shared her goals. That trust wasn't just a coincidence. It was the result of intentional relationship building. So how can you apply this? Start by genuinely understanding the person you're negotiating with. What do they care about? What challenges are they facing? If you approach the conversation with empathy and curiosity, you're no longer just asking for something. You're working toward a shared solution. Let's take an example. If you're negotiating a business deal, take the time to research the other party's priorities. Are they under a tight budget? Facing market pressure? Address their concerns up front. Say, I understand your need to stay within budget. Here's how my solution can save you money in the long run. Building relationships turns negotiation into collaboration. It's no longer a battle. It's a partnership. And when trust is the foundation, the results are far more impactful. Remember, the strongest negotiators aren't just great speakers. They are great listeners. Build the relationship first, and the deal will follow. Negotiation isn't just about getting more. It's about claiming your power. Oprah's mindset teaches us to know our worth, lead with confidence, turn challenges into opportunities, and master the art of silence. The next time you're at the table, remember, you're not just asking for something. You're defining how the world sees you. So show up, speak up, and negotiate like a queen. And for all such queen wanted to make their empire and really serious about success, do not forget to watch the video just pop up on the screen. Because with the Oprah Winfrey mindset, you're unstoppable, and with this video, you left no crumbs. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel.